Guys, it's been, I want to say a few weeks, so I think it's about time to get this 330i finished up and done. A lot has happened off video that you guys did not see. So one, I am still working on this and kind of struggling with it in the sense of I replaced the window regulator. I pulled up on this and it just went up, and it never stopped. And pushing down, nothing happens. So what I actually did is get a used one. Basically a used replacement. This came from Latvia or somewhere in Europe. This is another reason why it took a little while. So actually what I'm doing now is I'm gonna replace this switch and put the car in, well, it's in reverse now. But basically we pulled this up and now I just need to get behind. Either I'm going to use my fingers or get like a prying tool and essentially lift up this cover and then disconnect a few wires, and that should give me freedom to get to this switch. So you guys hear that? And nothing happens. So it went up and now it doesn't go down. So I don't know. The motor is, I mean, it works. The motor is new, the whole assembly is new. So at this point, if this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna put everything back together, disclose that this window does not work. And then of course I could tell whoever is gonna buy the car what was replaced, and either it's an electrical thing or I don't know what, but the fact that it's clicking has to be something simple. But again, I just wanna finish this up, get it done, and move on. And once I get this switch replaced, I will give you guys an update on everything else that's happened with this car. Alrighty, switch has been replaced, moment of truth. There we go. So we did have an issue with the switch. So okay, and I didn't connect this because I didn't have a chance to connect it, because as soon as I tried it, it just went up, and yeah, the glass was just up there. So now that I know it works, I can start putting everything back together. I'll need to, of course, lower the window, but as you guys can see, it's really coming down. But I'm gonna have to lower the window essentially through these holes how I disconnected everything. Make sure that it's all tight, buttoned down, and we can kind of move forward by putting the interior together, because as you guys can see, it's a mess in here. And hopefully remember how to do it, because I haven't touched this car in weeks. Actually, it's been on the back burner. But the other thing I did want to tell you guys is it did go to my mechanic about the oil leak. He replaced the hose, which was causing us idle issues. So now the car runs straight. He did clear the check engine light after doing the work, although I haven't driven it enough to even do anything, maybe 20 miles if that. So all of that is down the road. The oil leak should be fixed, he said. The only other thing that it could be is the oil filter housing, which is a super common thing for these cars. So he basically said keep driving it, because he cleaned everything off, cleaned everything up. So if there is still a leak, then it's going to be also in the other place. He said it was very difficult to diagnose because everything was caked in oil. So he repaired one of them that was for sure confirmed. And if it continues leaking oil, then he said we're going to look at the oil filter housing, which again is all down the road. But I just wanted to I guess kind of make some progress, give you guys an update, because we have been absent with this car for a while. But I am working on things one thing at a time. There's a whole bunch of cars and a whole bunch of stuff to do, so I'm just, you know, piece by piece where I can.
Several days later.
Guess what, guys? BMW is ready for emission test, DEQ. There it is. Runs great, shifts great. So I'm gonna take it through DEQ. It should pass. My code scanner says that it's ready for DEQ. No, that's an M3 key. Did I not take the key? I did take the key. So what else I need to do with this car is verify that there is no more oil leak. Let me start it. Beautiful. So basically I need to figure out and confirm that there's no more oil leak, because my mechanic fixed the oil leak that he found, but he said there might be another one, which is the oil filter housing gasket, which is a very common kind of issue on these cars. But he said that it doesn't look like it, but it could be, and if it's continuing to leak oil, then that would be the next place to go. It looks like I have either trunk open or something, so I'm gonna pull this thing out and yeah, take it through emissions, and then essentially we'll need a detail. I'm gonna see if I could clear that airbag light, because when I was working on this window over here, I had to pull the airbag and it's on. I did not clear it because I wanted to drive the car and make sure that it is, oh yeah, trunk was open. Make sure that it passes emissions and more or less mechanically sound. BMW passed with no issues. I just got off the phone with my mechanic, told him, because look, I left and there's still some oil, but this is too much oil. This is almost, basically, anyways, I spoke to him and he said that when he was doing work on it, the frame, like crevices, everything was covered in oil. So he's like, just continue driving it. He's gonna go visit his daughter, I don't know, multiple states away, so he's gonna be gone for a week. So he's like, I won't be able to look at it anyway, so just continue to drive it and check the oil level. He's like, I tried to clean out as much as I could, but there was a lot of oil. And I mean, if you guys saw the first part, you saw that it was literally like every few seconds it would drop a drop. So it was a really active leak. So I'm gonna check the airbag code, see if I could reset it. I'm gonna pause the video for, I mean, for me, like 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna quickly take care of another vehicle and then we'll hook it up. It should reset because, again, I put the airbag back. So there shouldn't be any issues. I just hope my scan tool is able to reset it. And if it does, then maybe this week I'll take it through detail. And then once my mechanic returns, give it to him. If it's gonna continue leaking oil, we'll go from there. But this car is nearly done. The other thing I'm gonna do on it is, I noticed one of the bulbs is purplish, the other one is blue. So usually the purplish one means that it's gonna burn out and die very soon. It has D2S bulbs, which I think I have a few at home. I have a few spares. So I'm gonna replace both of them because it's always best to replace them in pairs. And yeah, detail, the oil leak, confirmed that it's not there. This thing is done. I don't even know how much money I'm into it, but I wanna say probably around 2 grand. And it books for 5,500 bucks. Okay, let's get this hooked up. I don't know how much you guys will be able to see. It's gonna be better. Turn on the ignition, yes. 3 Series, we have a E46. Yes, it's connected. Control units, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. I think it's body. Yep, airbag. So, read codes, airbag front left, power supply, let's go back and let's try to erase the codes. Okay, now let's start the car. It's flashing, which scares me. Uh-oh. Okay, beautiful. I guess I had to pull the key out and then start the car and not try to start it right after with the scanner connected. So that's off. Yeah, we're one step closer.
Several days later.
I am very hopeful that BMW is done. I've been driving it. I don't really see any active oil leaks. So I do think my mechanic was right in saying that it's probably just excess oil from when it was leaking a lot of oil. So what am I doing right now? I am going to take it through the car wash and we're ready to get this thing sold. So I have that. Does that mean the trunk is open? I'm gonna jump out and take a look. well, actually I'm gonna pull it out a little bit so it's easier for me. But I am very happy with the outcome on this car, and I think it's a beautiful spec. I'm glad I got the window fixed. I'm glad we got the oil situation taken care of. Oh, the trunk was open. And surprisingly, the battery didn't die. It's been sitting here for a little while now. So let me... Anyways, guys, I am progressing. There's separate videos that I'm working on, but today I should have 4 new cars listed for sale. So I am making great progress and finishing up a whole bunch of projects. So that means a bunch of videos are gonna get finished up, vehicles are gonna get sold. I'm gonna start buying up more inventory. So let's get to the car wash, get this thing cleaned up, get it photographed, get it sold, and end this video. Telling you, one nice day and car washes are packed. As long as it's not raining, business is booming for these guys.
Much later.
I'll be honest, guys, I basically forgot about this BMW, but it's ready, it's fully done. You guys saw the, fix the window thing, and have been daily driving it on and off for probably a month now. It runs great, it passed emissions, there's no warning lights, the shift's good, it actually looks really good. I've had a few people come out interested in it, but personally I'm not really budging on price on this one. I have it listed for 5.5, but I'm in it like 2 grand, like 2,200 bucks. So I didn't pay a lot of money for it, but the reason why I don't want to budge on price, because I think this is a really nice and clean spec. Wheels and everything, to me it's a clean spec. And from the other 330s I've seen, 1, there's not that many of them. 2, they're priced, in some cases more, and they don't look as nice. The other reason is, this vehicle I think is a 2-owner or 3-owner, probably 3-owner. The first 2 owners maintained it religiously at a BMW dealer. So either like BMW of Seattle, BMW Salem, I don't remember, but it was a franchise BMW dealer who serviced the vehicle up until like 114, maybe 120,000 miles. It's sitting at like 160 now, or maybe 150, somewhere around there. So it's very well maintained, and it shows. The outside condition, inside condition, it's a very clean vehicle in my opinion. And I've had a whole bunch of these BMWs. I actually sold the 325 Xi that I had for less. I sold it for I think 3,500 bucks. So 2 grand cheaper than this one, but again, that one wasn't as nice. So price reflects that, and this is a really clean example, so I don't really want to budge on price. And this is why I kind of lost buyers. Not that there's something wrong with the vehicle, but people are offering me like 4 grand, 4.5. I'm not interested. Cash, I'll take like 5,300 bucks for this car. If not, then clearly I'm okay with you walking away, because I'm enjoying, I'm driving the car, so I enjoy it, and I want to get the money out of it that I want. I'll probably go to an enthusiast, not someone who is an enthusiast, someone who really does like these cars, who will appreciate it for what it is. So thank you for watching. Apologize for almost forgetting about this one. Really appreciate your support. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in another video.